Good morning, Stitchy friends. This is Addie, and I'm going to be trying something new. I am going to be doing a stitch with me. I've been asked a few questions. One of the questions that I've been asked is, how do I stitch with my nails, my long nails? And I've been asked, how do I stitch in hand with my nails? So I am going to be doing a little bit of stitching in hand with my nails to show you. This is my first attempt, so I probably will do like a half an hour of stitch with me with my nails. And I don't know what I'm going to be talking about, but this is my grime guard. I am behind, is it called grime guard grill? This is a first. Sorry if I mess up. I don't know what I'm doing, but you know what the heck. I will be stitching on modern folk art embroidery. Sorry for the glare, but you can see what it is. It is, put a bird on it. This is the Sal from Sunshine Stitchers. EJ is hosting. I need to play catch up. I need to do, and I didn't write it down. I think I need to do 1,400 stitches because I am behind. I literally, I don't know if you can see these numbers, but I'm behind. So I need to stitch the week 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10 stitches. And these were the scores for the Brayers. This is the, oops, wrong team. Wrong team. Let me do that. Let me do the math for this is the one for the Bears because I'm stitching put a bird on it for the Bears. So I need to do, let me do the math for this here. So let's clear this out and see 199 plus 250 plus 260 plus 160 plus 470 plus 1,500. So according to my math, I owe 1,579 stitches on this project, and this is my math. Yep, I have to finish week 4 and then do all the way to week 10. According to Markup XP, I have 2,000. Let me do the info. I have 2,307 stitches left. I'm at 82%. The thing about it is I have no intention of doing the alphabets. The only initial I am going to do is my husband's and mine initials and the year. So let's see how far I go. These are the colors that I'm using. And I'm not using all of them. So let's see how much we get. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to pull out a thread. And this is where I'm working at. This is where I'm at. So let me get to where I'm at on my pattern. And let me position myself. I was introduced to beeswax in August, and ever since I was introduced to beeswax, if I can find my beeswax right now, it would be awesome because I did have it laying around here. Here it is. I was introduced to beeswax in August, and ever since I was introduced to beeswax, it's been amazing. I love it. And the reason why I love it is because, one, it helps prevent my silks from shredding, especially my silks. It helps prevent it from shredding. Now, normally I would use a size 28 needle on a 32 count. However, this time around, because I'm using silk, I'm using a 26 needle on a 28 on a 32 count. This is a 32 count mocha. So this is what I do when I am threading a needle. I don't use a needle threader. I basically put the hole over the thread and I just rub it against my skin, and then when it goes through like that, I just pull it out, and that's how I thread my needle. Miss Pam from 3 Stitches taught me how to do that, and ever since she taught me how to do that, that's what I've done. The next thing that I do is I roll up my stitch. So I'm trying to show you how I'm doing this. So I will roll up, I will roll it up like this to get where I'm going. I'm coming here. I'm gonna start right here. So I'm gonna roll my piece up until I get there, because I'm stitching in hand. And then I will hold it like this. I'm not squeezing it, I'm just letting it rest against my hand. Now, where am I? There. Now, I'm going to start. Everybody does differently, right? Sorry. Everybody does differently. I'm going to start with a loop. And you'll be like, well, how do you do a loop if you're starting with one strand? Because I am doing one strand. Well, this is how I'm going to do a loop. So I'm going to bring it up like this, and I'm going to bring it all the way to here. I'm going to pinch this here. And then I'm going to put the loop right back in there. And then I'm going to bring this right there. There's my loop. And then I'm going to bring it back right there. Oops, I pulled too hard. Sorry, let's try again. It's a little bit difficult, I'll be honest with you, because it's a little bit difficult dealing with the magnet and the thing. So let me try again. So I'm going to stick this in there because, yeah, this is going to happen. So I'm glad I'm recording this so you can see that even though I've done this numerous times, it still happens. Pinch this there. I'm going to stick it right back there. Bring this up like this. Bring it up like that. I'm going to put it through the loop. There we go. Right? Oops. Oops. Sorry. Got a tangle mess. It goes to show. All of this happens to me too. And I've been stitching for forever. And guess what? I'm not gonna stop this because I'm not gonna stop this because I want you to know that it happens to everybody. Somebody else will be like, nope, I'm done, I'm gonna cut this. No, I want you to see that I go through, I get frustrated too, and I think, but I'm gonna take my time because I want to show you, right? Let's try again. One more time. Where am I? I'm going to stick this here through here. Right? Bring this here. Pinch this so it doesn't go through. I'm going to pull it all the way through. I'm going to stick this back in here. And bring this right where it belongs here. I'm going to bring this loop all the way here. I'm going to hoop this there. Right? Push this right back down there. And there is my one leg. I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to bring this over here. And there's my loop start. And I've already started it. And I'm coming this way. And here I am. Sorry. There. Okay. Let's put this one in there. Put that one there. And this is how I stitch by hand. So let me cut this little piece of thread off. Okay, and then we're gonna skip 2 and do 4. So, okay, so 1, 2. There we go. 2. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get accustomed to the position I'm stitching on and make sure you can see what I'm doing as I go. I think this is called the Danish method, which is, I just sew. So this is 4, skip 1 and do 2. This 4th one, I'm gonna skip 1 and then do 2. So this is a variegated floss. So when it's variegated, okay, I did something wrong here. Yes, I sure did. I so sure did. See, it was supposed to be 2 and I did 3. So we're going to frog it. Whoops, where am I? Here we go. Maybe it was a little bit more there. Maybe, there, that's better. We're going to frog it. We're going to froggy. One little I make these little froggies. If anybody's interested in purchasing them, let me know. They're for $5 plus shipping, so let me know. Be more than happy to send you one. Again, if anybody think, because I know you didn't miss that one, so this is how I thread. I put it against my skin. I rub up and down. When it comes out of the hole, I just pull. That's how I thread. This is where I'm going to cheat a little bit because I need to come over 1, so I'm going to just come over 1 this way. Okay, it's getting a little difficult watching through. I guess I could try to watch the camera instead of through the magnifying glass. It's getting a little difficult watching through the magnifying glass to stitch. My eyes are not adjusting. Here we go. So I do have the 4 stitches. I'm going to skip 1 and then do 2. Skip 1, so that's 1. So this is 1. Here we go. So yeah. So my hubby chose this particular piece for the, how you call that, that grill, whatever it is, for the football stitches. I didn't even realize there was a name to it, but I forgot the name to it already. 6, 7. So going back, when we're going back, I have a tendency to turn the fabric like this just to make sure that I put the leg on the right side. So I turn the fabric like this, and it makes it easier for me to stitch, to make sure I put the leg on the right side, because we have a tendency to want to put it on the wrong, the bottom leg in the wrong direction when we have it, the fabric in the wrong side. So I just turn the fabric like this, and again, I'm not squeezing tight or anything like that. It's literally resting on my hand. And this is what I do. My friends were teasing me. They were like, you stitch fast, Addie. I'm like, no, I don't. They're like, yes, you do. I'm like, no, I don't. It's just I'm sewing. When you sew, you sew. And this is how you sew. 3, 4, 5. I'm trying to see through the magnifying glass, and it's not fun, not fun. If you hear the puppy whining, that is Shadow. Shadow is whining because I took Nikki, which is my other fur grand fur pup, to the groomers because she's getting spayed tomorrow. And Shadow's not happy about that. And that's literally how he has been all night, even though Nikki was with him last night. Okay, so we did that. We're gonna jump 2 and do 2. So right here. 1. 2. And that is how I stitch by hand. Sewing machine, the sewing method. So then I turn it because now I'm going to be traveling the other direction. Oops. So yeah, I made a mistake, right? So we're going to fix it. Because again, I'm trying to look through a magnifying glass and at the same time think. So let me see if I can do this a little bit different. Let me see if I can find some readers and get rid of the magnifying glass and work that way. Because this is not working. Let me see. Let me get this out. Let me put the light like this. Let me see if I can get a pair of readers. So your girl can't see shit. She blind like a bat. They got perfect hearing, but can't see shit. Sorry. I'm blind. And I'm trying to record this for you guys to see, and yeah. So if I can do this, better for you. right? And I just lost my needle. That's why I always have extra needles, because I'm always losing my needles. Let me see. Let me see if I can do this better. Oh yeah, I think I could do this better this way. Yeah, I think I could do this better this way. See, cause I can see it. I can see it through the magnifying glass with the light and the phone. Okay, so we're gonna have one big callaloo here. One huge callaloo right here. Let's frog this right here. Oh, don't we love the frog? We love the frog. Who doesn't love the frog? Somebody need to pass the salt so I could throw it salt so the frog don't come again. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Pick up my needle. Let's try this again. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now the next one is right here. So I am going to again fix my thing and my fabric, and I am going to start right here. We go. There we go. Here we go. And I need to do 2, skip 1, 4. So 1, 2, skip 1, do 4. So I think I like to stitch in hand or sew in hand because it's almost like sewing. And as much as it's so funny, because as much as I don't like to sew like regular sewing, I like the motion of it. The only sewing I like is making quilts. And even when I'm making quilts, I don't like to sew the binding. I don't like to hand sew the binding. I literally machine sew the binding because I do not like to hand sew the binding. And then we're gonna go. You notice how I turned my hand and turned the fabric because I don't. So we're gonna do 2. So here we go. We're gonna 2, 2, 1, 2. And then I'm going to do turn it again because we're doing 2 again. I'm going to turn it again. And I'm going to do 1. Oops, I hope you guys are seeing this because I'm not really, I'm so focused on the fabric that I'm not really watching what I'm doing, where I'm at. 1, 2. And then I'm doing one, one, 2, 1, 2, and then we're gonna work on 2. So we just finished that little piece right there of our Quaker. Not bad, huh? Super cute. And so we stitched in hand. So then what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, because I have no shame, I can show you my back. I'm going to travel up here. And from up here, we are going to, from here, we're going to go 1 up. And we're going to count 3. So we're going to do here we go, 1, 1, 2, 3. Sorry about the puppies if the puppy's bothering you. He's just being a brat. My husband is sitting down right there with him. He's just missing his mama. His mama's at the groomers, so. Anyway. And we're gonna do 9. We're gonna do 9. So I'm gonna turn it like this, and then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8. And I have to do 9, so I need to do one more. 9. 9. And then I have to do those 3 right here. So I'm going to do these 3 right here. I am so sorry. All you've been seeing is my hand, the back of my hand. I'm so sorry. Again, I guess I'll review this video, and if it works, I'll put it up, and if it doesn't work, I won't. So if you see it up, it's because I did a good job. I'm okay with it. But I think you can see how I stitch with my nails. I think you can see how I stitch in hand. And yeah. So I do not fight. I know some people will hold their pearls, clutch their pearls. I don't fight with thread. Once it gets a certain length, I have enough. Like I buy extra, I have enough. I don't play. Sometimes I play chicken just for the fun of it. Especially if it's like the last stitch and I don't want to pull out a whole new piece and I'm almost done. But if I have a whole bunch of stitches still to do with the last, with the same color, I do not play chicken. So some people will clutch their pearls, but I just cut and throw out, so I'm done. And now I'm going to highlight what I have stitched so far with that one length of thread. And according to this, I have stitched I have stitched 50 stitches. Not bad for a length of thread. Not bad for 30 minutes. So, I think I will, there we go. I stitched a little section right there. I am going to continue stitching, but this was my first attempt to do a stitch with me or to show you what I have done, how I stitch in hand and how I do my one strand loop start. So I hope you enjoyed my little bit of something different, and I'll, let me know what you think about it, and then share and leave me a comment. Thank you. Bye-bye. And remember, every day may not be good, but there's good in every day. Until next time. Bye.